Villainous Gojira, widely known as Godzilla, first appeared in 1954. The Titan is considered to be a hero, though he will do anything necessary to protect the Earth from threats. Godzilla is shown to be the most dominant out of the rest of the Titans. We call him the king of the monsters.
All right, guys, I know it's been a while, but we're back at the gym. Today is the last video I recorded but didn't edit was last Thursday, so about 7 days exactly from today. That is the last time I recorded and posted. I mean, actually, no, I didn't post that video. It wasn't a bad video. It just, I don't know, man. I just didn't like it. I didn't vibe with it. I'm not like having burnout from YouTube. It's just, I'm being very, how do I say this? Like very cautious of where I put my time and energy into. Excuse me. And then just, YouTube is like, it's not at the bottom, but it's like halfway, right? But today we do have a special video. I do have a special product today that we're gonna be reviewing, and I'm just gonna, it's not gonna be like a very in-depth review because I would have to squat and bench on it, but obviously today's Thursday, so we're deadlifting. So the things that I'm gonna be looking out for today is, I guess we're just gonna have to see what it is first. So I don't think I'm gonna record me like taking it out because it's honestly a bit of a hassle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work some movie magic. I'm gonna open this off screen and it's gonna look like it's gonna appear in my hand. Well, well, well. If you look at what we got here. This is the 1972 Nike Power Bar, and we're gonna be deadlifting on it, baby. So right here is the Hantu stainless steel Power Bar. This is the bar that I squatted on Monday. Honestly, this bar is good. I wouldn't squat super heavy on it, personally me, but obviously that I'm a unique scenario. But I did deadlift on it last week, and I absolutely love their knurling on the Hantu Power Bar. This is probably top 2 knurling that I've ever felt. You know, so, and then just comparing the knurling on the Nike bar, I would describe the Hantu Power Bar and the Kabuki Power Bar as having a more aggressive knurling. Those are probably the 2 bars with the most aggressive knurling. And honestly, knurling does make a big difference when you're trying to get that 1% of your best, right? But a big difference that I'm seeing right away, so I've done my research on this bar. The Nike bar is 20 kilos. So this bar is essentially like, if Nike wanted to, they could literally have this bar be IPF approved. If anything, the IPF maybe might ask them to make this little part a little bit thinner because it's about a 1/2 inch thicker than the Hantu one and the Eleiko one. But in terms of length, they're all identical length, right? The knurling, identical length. So weight, identical, calibrated, 20 kilos, right? But the biggest differences that I'm seeing so far is this little part, which is a 1/2 inch thicker, the difference in knurling, and on the report it said that this bar has a tensile resistance of 200K.
Oh, this is
right?
volcano knurling.
What?
This is volcano knurling.
Volcano knurling?
That's what it's called.
Huh. Volcano knurling, right? On the Nike website, it just says,
That's normal knurling.
it just calls it like aggressive, right? But on the Eleiko, that one has a 215K resistance to tensile force, or tensile force resistance.
PSI?
I hope, yeah, a PSI, whatever, guys. So, and I think the Hantu one's around 210, maybe 205. So these bars are all within, honestly, there's a very, very small population of human beings where this conversation actually matters to them, me being one of them, right? Like Ray is another one, like 800-pound squatters, like they're gonna be able to feel a difference. Maybe even like very, very well experienced 700-pound squatters. Squatting is really where this matters the most. And then when you start getting into like 500 plus benching, like that PSI resistance matters because it's gonna dictate how the bar whips. So anyways, guys, oh, but price point, this bar is around $350. I believe the Hantu one is like maybe like $500, around that ballpark. It might be on sale right now. I was checking yesterday, but the Eleiko bar is the most expensive bar at $1,149, but we'll round up to $1,200. $1,200. The Hansu is $4 to $5, and then this Nike bar is $350, which is honestly a really good deal considering that you're getting a calibrated bar. It's within IPF specs, and you know, like you get this cool little just do it sign, you know. But that's enough yapping. We're gonna go ahead and put this bar to the test. I'm potentially sacrificing a juicy pull today to pull on this bar, but the humidity is pretty low today, so I don't think the knurling will be as big a factor. But yeah, let's go ahead and start putting some weight in this bar, take some pre, and start lifting. I don't know what just happened, but I had to switch up my battery, so I think that's why Foreplays didn't record. But anyways, camera's back at 100%, so should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Not gonna lie, that knurling's feeling really good right now. So it's pretty locked in. Okay. That's clean. Bruh, that was 925 pounds. You guys saw the knees. You guys saw the grip. Carlos said that that is like the high probability is 2 whites to 1 red. And it is honestly for me a very huge step up from last week. Last week, I pulled 910 and it was way faster. I felt way stronger, more crispy, but my knees got soft at the top and I didn't want to have that today. So my main focus today was simply executing the lockout. I wasn't even thinking about like exploding off the ground. I wasn't thinking about like speed. I had one thing in mind. Well, I guess we'll say 3 things in mind. I had flex my quads so that my knees don't get soft. Hold on to that dang bar and make sure that your shoulders get behind the bar. And I think that objectively on all three facets, I think I hit the nail on the head. Now, I have a very bad habit of dropping my head when the lift feels really heavy. I don't know what it is. All I know is that when I feel the bar want to start rolling, excuse me, that's when I really like kind of like clasp my head. And I think it's a reflex essentially to kind of like just stay tight and like flex. You know, I just get very wound up. But that is the best deadlift I've had all prep, objectively speaking, considering the weight and everything. And honestly, this bar is very stiff. You guys can go back and watch. Like, it's very, very, I swear, I feel like sometimes, well, I mean, it is a power bar. It is the same diameter as any other IPF approved bar. 29 millimeters is the standard, which this one is, you know, but I think the real MVP today goes to the humidity, you know. Carlos told me that right after I pulled, it was like 24%. So I'm telling you, if the humidity can stay around this ballpark, I'm gonna start pulling crazy numbers. It's a fact. So I just want to give glory to God. Before I even went up to the bar, I was like, Jesus, like, protect every ligament, every cell, every tissue of my body from head to toe. Like, this lift goes to you. So I'm just glad that I was able to execute it and lock it out and hold it. My biggest takeaway from a technical observation is my grip held out throughout the entire grind. Like, that wasn't a rep where I freaking like essentially didn't really have the bar that long in my hands. Like, I had the bar in my hand the whole time and I had to grind it. So like, things are coming together, guys. This is the first time in a very long time that I've deadlifted more than I squatted in the week. I squatted 915 on Monday and I just pulled 925. Now, yes, this is significantly harder, but it was smooth and well executed. So I have a 2x6. I'm gonna go ahead and finish that out, and then I don't think I'm gonna record much of accessories, maybe a little bit, just to kind of get like some leg pumps. But besides that, and then I'll give my honest opinion of this bar at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and finish this workout and let's see what I think about it. I'm gonna just do 5 because, low-key be stinging. You know, guys, you guys are on my channel enough to know that I never ever, well, not that I never, but super rare do I ever say, listen to your ego. Well, you know what, I take that back, because honestly, there'll be times where I be in my own little anime world, and I just think I can do whatever I want, right? But there's times where it's not even really your ego, it's that little voice in your heart, you know? It's not the voice in your head. It's the voice in your heart, that fire that'll push you to greatness, you know? Because it's not like I'm loading an all-time PR, you know? I'm just going up to a weight I've done before. A weight I've done multiple reps and sets of for my last set, you know? So it's not like I'm throwing caution to the wind and simply pursuing pure egotistical pleasure, but I see a goal in mind. I see a pinpoint. I see crosshairs, and to hit it on the head, I see a path. I smell a goal, you know, for all my blue log guys. I smell a goal, and sometimes pursuing this goal, it's like you're hunting. It's like it's just you and whatever you're imagining, whatever you're seeing. It's just for you to do, you know? But who am I to say anything? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Just for you, baby. Just for you. The end is nice. All right, guys, we're gonna have to call it short today. Just because we have good news and bad news. So one of the electricians talked to the owner and pretty much let him know that over the next 2 to 3 weeks, while they're installing the main power unit to have electricity running throughout the entire building, they can't have anybody that isn't a construction worker inside the building. So we're gonna have to say goodbye. Well, not goodbye, see you later to the gym for a little bit. But good thing about San Antonio is there's gyms all over the place, you know? So we can go to TSS, we can go to Golds, we can go, we can go, there's options, right? We're not like out in the ocean lost with no facility to do what we have to do. You know, there's options. But honestly, I'm glad that I was able to pull this at this day before we got booted for the time being. But one thing that I am very excited about is for this gym to finally get one step closer to being open. So, but anyways, let's wrap it up. So the 1972 Nike Power Bar gets the thumbs up for me so far. For deadlifts, definitely gets the thumbs up. Like, the knurling feels very pristine. The stiffness of that power bar, it is comparable to the Eleiko, like I was saying earlier. The Eleiko PSI tensile resistance is 215,000, where the Hantu power bar I think is around 210, 205. The Nike power bar is 200 flat. So it is weaker than those two other bars, but for 99.9% of the people who are trying to buy a bar for competition and powerlifting, it is going to get the job done. I still have to test it out for bench and deadlift, so I'm gonna take the bar, squat and bench. So I'm gonna take the bar with me, and we'll probably either go to TSS, but there actually might be a powerlifting, I think there's 2 new powerlifting gyms close to where I live that I want to go test out. So I need to see where they're at and then reach out to the owner, see what the day passes are, and then we'll get going. But we still have squat and bench to test out with this bar before I give it my full honest opinion. But for now, due to it being $350 compared to Eleiko's $1,200, Hantu's $500, Kabuki's $600 to $700, I think Rogue's is $500. It is honestly a very, very good bar for the price point that you're getting. So I'm not gonna say hey guys, go ahead and buy it. It's not that kind of statement yet, but honestly, you got I was paying attention. Normally the bar starts to bend a decent noticeable amount by the time I get to 7 reds on the deadlift jack. I don't know what brand deadlift jack this is, but honestly the Nike bar, it held up. It held up. It wasn't bending. It was staying relatively stiff. Obviously, yeah, once you get to 900, it's gonna have a tiny bend. But you guys saw it on the pull, man. I pulled slack on the bar, and I didn't really get much of a better start position. It's as stiff as any other bar I pulled on, you know. So I think Nike they've made a really good bar so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and bench on it tomorrow, And then I might squat on it Monday, you know, especially if I'm not going super heavy. I think working up to like a low nines would be pretty good. If I can do like 950 next week on it and it not give me too much of a hard time. Like if I can bench like 550 on it and squat like 950, then this bar by all means is gonna be like an A+, right? The only question past is gonna be durability and sustainability, longevity. But you know, it gets the thumbs up for me for deadlifts. So now, and then even on top of that, like my hands didn't really get super torn. I did have a few cuts, but that happens every time I deadlift. So I can't say that this bar tore my hands. If anything, I can say it tore it less because normally around 800 is when I start to get tears. But honestly, I didn't really get any tears until after 925. So knurling is good, stiffness is good, price is good. Just got to make sure it's good for squats and bench. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I will probably record tomorrow for you guys because I will talk more about this tomorrow. I don't want to be here for too long. Just some inspiration that happened today on this day. And I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate every single one of y'all. Tell y'all's family that you love them and don't be a stranger.